I've owned my ranch for over 20 years, nestled on 300 acres of wide open land with mountains to the west and silence to the east. What most folks didn't know, especially the HOA from the new gated community a few miles away, is that my property holds more than cattle and corn. In the early 2000s, I leased part of the back acreage to the state for a small military airstrip. Nothing fancy, just a long reinforced concrete runway and a camouflaged maintenance hangar. It was part of a quiet National Guard training initiative. No signs, no fanfare, just low-key flights and strict security. Then along came the HOA. Karen, yes, that Karen, had recently become president of the upscale Hidden Pines Estates, where people paid more for artificial lakes than they did for houses. One day, she drove up in her Lexus, clipboard in hand, acting like she was queen of the plains. We've received multiple complaints about that unsightly concrete road cutting through our community views, she announced. It violates our neighborhood's aesthetic harmony. I laughed. Karen, that's not a road. That's an active military runway. She didn't listen. She insisted it was abandoned pavement and claimed my ranch violated their HOA regulations, even though my ranch predates their neighborhood by decades and lies completely outside their jurisdiction. A week later, I came home to the sound of jackhammers. Karen had actually hired contractors to start tearing up the runway, without permission, permits, or the faintest idea what she was messing with. They had dug up about 30 feet of reinforced concrete before two blacked-out SUVs pulled up fast, tires kicking dust into the sky. Military police got out, guns holstered but hands ready. The contractors froze. Karen started blabbering about community standards and beautification projects. One officer stepped forward, holding a file. "Ma'am, you just tampered with federal property used for military operations. This is a secure zone." Her smugness melted into horror. I stood by silently as she was handcuffed for interfering with state operations, trespassing, and destruction of government property. The contractors were detained for questioning. Within 48 hours, the HOA faced a cease and desist, and Karen was slapped with a lawsuit from the state. Needless to say, Karen hasn't been back. The HOA issued a formal apology, and a 12-foot tall fence now surrounds the airstrip with cameras and motion sensors installed, courtesy of the state. As for me, I still live quietly, raising cattle and sipping coffee as military jets occasionally skim the treetops. The new sign by the gate reads, "Private Ranch, Military Zone." Trespassers will face more than just litigation.